question, America, since it's not a debate, go back and forth. I just want to keep it respectful.
John, Allison. The buck stops with council, not staff. I hope the future council realizes that and does act accordingly. Question. Capital expenditures, we seem to be all over the map. Some of them are very large, and we're going here, we're going there, whatever, where. Okay, a little closer. I guess I direct the question to Mayor Delegard and Kennedy, Steve Blackhouse, to be fair. Does the municipality have an asset management plan? If it exists, when written was it? Updated? How far does it extend into the future? And is it available to the ratepayers for their comments about priority, how the money is spent? Thank you.
What we're going to do is we'll have Stephen and Yvonne answer that question, and just on the back row to make sure that council candidates had equal time, we'll have Joyce and Donald answer that question as well. So Stephen, be first.
Thank you, John. When I left in 2014, we had a plan, but it was an extremely poor plan. It was poorly designed. I wasn't happy with it, and if I was re-elected at that time, I would have made a new plan. From what I gather now, and Mayor Iroquois is going to have to answer the question that maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but I don't see a plan. I see a haphazard way of fixing roads and sidewalks. Not much in the sidewalk department has been done. I know a lot of the streets getting done, but here it is October and we're going to pour concrete. It looks like it'll probably be November. Doesn't make a lot of sense. According to their capital budget, they're still waiting for a $50,000 grant from Federation of Canadian Municipalities to make an asset management plan. I will make it a priority. We have to know which roads have to be done in what order, what sidewalks need to be done in what order. We can plan that way. We have 4 years to make a plan. I suspect there's no way that we'll be able to finish everything we need in the first 4 years, but at least you get it down on paper and you have a rough estimate of what you need to spend. And if it's scary, so be it. Then council will have to figure it out what their priorities are and then go from there.
Asset management plans are requirements now by the provincial government whenever you make funding applications. So in the past 4 years, we've been working on several different departments with that. We've done one for, I believe it's 10 years for our vehicles. Going forward, we've also done an in-depth, our asset conditioning plans on our buildings. So this is all part and parcel of the whole realm of what assets need to have work done, and at what point in time is the best time to do it. We have a roads needs study that is currently in the plans. We're just waiting to see whether we get the funding. We should know relatively soon as to whether we've received funding to proceed with that study. So that is also in the works, and that's going to be identifying roads and sidewalks. So, and we know those are highlights that have to be addressed within the next few years as well. As for bridges, they are inspected and we get updates every 2 years on those. So we're well on our way with getting a handle on the assets. A lot of, and this is all needed for the budget deliberations and whenever it comes time to approve the different projects that are being done. So we are well on our way to the different aspects of the plan.
I have to agree with Mr. Bival's. I know whenever I was a director of recreation, the asset management plan was not a very good one. You jumped all over the board. I know on many capital projects, at the start of the year, every department has a budget, and they go to council with capital projects, and council, they have the right to say yes or decline what is done in that year. So I think if it hasn't changed much since I was there, I think the asset management plan really needs a big facelift. Thank you.
plan should be transparent. Talking about roads, I had a conversation last week about resurfacing of rural roads, and someone suggested maybe it should be done after the crops go in, so it'd have time to cure before it's time to take them off. And so I think it should be looked at and common sense applied, and social media makes everything very transparent, so that should be fairly easily to accomplish.